It's about commitment, healing, honor, respect. This is barber life. Cutting hair, I like it. Barbershop, I like it. Change your life, I like it. Conversate, I like it.
Okay, say what the. All right, you can. Let me see. Here we go. Oh yeah, and I gotta go to Instagram. I can never pull his Instagram off. Man, still ain't get it straight. Hmm. Still ain't get it straight. All right, I don't know what that is. All right, we go. Got space. Um, you could. Let's see how he's do a test. And wait till he put his headphone. You on? You good? Oh, you gotta tighten the thing up. It's a thing to tighten. One of them things at the bottom.
I used to send you here about this hour. Yeah.
Don't do that, yo. Yeah, yeah. Carl don't cut the hair yesterday. I just got it highlighted. That's all. Yeah, 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 yeah. So all these people. Yo.
Say what?
What's up, family? Family, we live. I've been conscious here's barbershop right now. And we try to give you the live barbershop experience here. So what's wrong? Lighting? This just gonna have to be off. I do. Be off today. You know what I mean? Hold up, brother. Hold up. That's what we doing? That's what we doing. Yeah, but we here live in the community. This is our second one. We've done something before. We try and get the sound right. So look, while we going, I'm gonna show you how to look at the comments, right? Let us know how the sound is. Right here. Go to comments. And the way you do comments, if somebody comment, it'll say show comment, and then you press show and it'll show it. And then if not, and then if you want to take it away, it's a plus and then minus, you take it away. If somebody make a comment. All right. All right, here we go. So we here, we good? How to sound? All right. Say something, Elijah.
Yo.
Good. No echo.
Yo. Brother Elijah. Today, a family. Our hood, our job, our people, our purpose.
Say something again.
Yo. Elijah.
Which one I said it was? Talk again. Count
1,
to 10.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Which one I said it was? This one?
3, 2, 1.
Say something again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Let's see, I think. Hopefully we good. All right, let me get you out of here too. What's up? Make public. All right, we're gonna roll with this. See what this sound like. All right, so we sitting here. We here in Conscious Heads Barbershop, the real barbershop conversations, and we here with young brother Elijah, the 10 Deer family in the building. You know, come in here, get his hair cut at least once a week. You know what I mean? When we get to chop it up and talk about what's going on out there in the streets and all. But bro, for those who don't know, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself and you know who you are? I mean, well, let me just say this before you get on. Definitely very proud of you and the work that you've been doing out in the community, standing up. And we need more soldiers like yourself that's out organizing, bringing people together, and trying to protect our community. You know what I mean? So we need that. You show them by example, and we real proud of you, bro. So so just go ahead, man, and say a little bit about yourself, and let's roll from there.
Peace, family. Our hood is most definitely our job and our people, our purpose. My name is Elijah Miles, chairman and founder of Uncensored Family, a grassroots organization that's in McElderly Park, otherwise known as Down the Hill. And yeah, we operate transformative programs focused on advancing Baltimore's Black community, centered around identity, self-improvement, community service, and development. Happy to be on the show today, on the stream today, live in Conscious Heads, live in the barbershop, just chilling, doing what we do best, communicating about Black issues and things that's going on in the world. Dipped out on you. Go to introduction.
Yeah. Try to check on the sound. Make sure the sound is good. It's got a little
Yeah.
echo going on. I don't know how to get out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you this. Nah, you actually, I mean, you good, but let's yes. I don't know why I can't get this echo out of here. And get this one to Kenny.
Yeah, come on, Kenny. We need you on here.
Yeah, Kenny. People be
We
looking
need you on here. You gotta talk about black
from
health
all of us, bro.
and the need for McDonald's in the black community.
Oh man. Oh man. How that sound? Can you hear him, Taylor?
Yo, 1 2 1 2. Yo.
Highlight the sound.
That sound better?
Okay. I don't know what's going on with those mics. They supposed to
Yeah.
be the prize mics right there, man. But yeah, so brother, you've been putting up some videos lately, going around in the schools in the community. What school is that where you at?
Yeah, so we have Tish Tillman and also William Packer. These are elementary middle schools that's in East Baltimore. And what we do is we do an after-school community patrol program because there's been a rise in after-school shootings, there's been a rise in after-school knifings, robberies, all types of things. And, you know, some of these things have always been going on. You know, you have a fight after school and things like that. But now, you know, these kids got extended clips. And so we've been doing our part as black men in the community to get other black men to come out and just walk around in our neighborhoods to maintain safety, peace, but also for them to see positive black men in their neighborhood that's about them and their protection. And so that's been going well, getting deeper and deeper connections with the youth in our community. But, you know, for all the men that's out here in the Baltimore area, we need you. So if you free Monday through Friday at any time, 2 to 4 p.m., on any day, 2 to 4 p.m., yeah, come out with us. DM us at Tendea Family, TNDEA Family. And, yeah, come support. Come be invested in your community. I want to say one more thing. You know, we talk a lot about the boys that's on the corner or, you know, the boys that's doing the shootings or selling the drugs. But what we don't talk about is the so-called good black man, the 9-to-5 black man that just like, yo, I just trying to stay out the way, yo. I just want, you know, watch my shows and play my game. I don't want to bother nobody. I watch my anime. We'll talk about that black man because we don't see that black man as part of the issue. But I would say that the evil that's happening in our community is not just because people is doing some crazy things. It's because the so-called good black man, the family over everything black man, is not outside getting involved in this community. So we need black men to get involved, even if it's not with Tendea Family. You don't gotta come out with us, but you gotta find some way that you volunteering and giving back to your community. So it's a long answer to a short question, but yeah.
Let me ask you this because one of the topics for the day is, you know, what happened to our black families? What happened to our black families and the need for organizations? You know what I'm saying? Is there a need to organize? You know what I'm saying? What do you think happened to our black families? What's going on right now in our community right now?
Yeah, it's a lot that's going on, man. In my generation, I don't have a lot of friends that I know of. Even people that do this work that's in my generation, all of us say we either had a parent or an aunt or a grandmother that was impacted by the war on drugs, impacted by the crack epidemic. So a lot of the stuff that we said, especially in the Baltimore community, is the aftermath of the war on drugs, the aftermath of mass incarceration, the aftermath of the crack epidemic. And so we still building. We good?
Yeah, keep
We
going.
still building. We still building ourselves back and building the black family back after so much destruction that took place. So in the aftermath of all that, there need to be organizations and people on the ground doing things because this ain't a day after the Black Panther Party. We ain't a year after the Civil Rights Movement. There's been a breakdown, but now it's time for a rebirth. And so it's young men and women that are outside in the community needing mentors, needing guidance, needing people to pour into them. But a lot of the elders that we find, especially in the hoods, they on drugs, they on alcohol, they're focused on other things, and they're not spending enough time pouring back into those youth. So for the ones that's capable, that's knowledgeable, we got to pour back into our youth, rebuild our families. But with over 70% of our households being ran by mostly single mothers, you know, there's a gap. There's a gap. And so most people are just figuring it out on their own, relying on NBA Youngboy and Meg Thee Stallion to tell you what a black man and woman is supposed to be.
And podcast.
And yeah, and podcasts. Podcast, man, is the new education.
Yeah.
And so this ball that's been dropped, and the people that need to talk most are not talking at all. So the grandmothers and grandfathers, or the men and women that's been married for 60 years, they don't have podcasts. And ain't nobody interviewing them. We listen to mostly men and women that are 40 years old, 50 years old, 35 years old, still in the dating field, giving us advice about what needs to be done and how things could be done. So there is a definite need to rebuild the black family, and we all can do our part in our own little way by courting correctly, by dating for marriage, and by locking somebody down and building something long term.
Is there any, what you think about the individualism versus collectivism idea that's floating around out there, Brother Elijah?
Most definitely. So,
Yeah, I think so.
And today we say our hood, our job, our people, our purpose, and that whole statement, those whole models, is to push back against individualism.
Right.
We want the I, the me,
Right.
the me, myself, and I stuff. We need to be on the we are us stuff.
Yeah.
And so, and today we really push that and really stress that because we, you know, we're in the aftermath of the rap and the war on drugs and all this stuff. And so we got
Yes,
this
sir.
money over everything mentality.
Yeah.
And if it ain't money over everything, it's family over everything. But when you think about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, P. Newton, all of these people that came before us, these were men and women, men and women,
Yes,
that
sir.
wasn't just about family, wasn't just about money, wasn't just about the bag. They were about community and was willing to sacrifice, pay the highest price for community.
Yes, sir.
And I think about the contribution of a Malcolm X who had 4 daughters while he was alive, and his wife was pregnant with 2 more daughters when he was assassinated. And yet, he's getting called day in and day out. Martin Luther King, the same thing, getting called day in and day out,
Yes,
threatening
sir.
his life,
Yes, sir.
threatening the life of his family. But yet, he still stepped out there and did something for the behalf of the community because he felt like it was that much,
That important.
that important. So that's what I think about it, is that we got to do the things that was done yesterday that got us here to
Beautiful.
today.
Yes, sir.
Because we didn't get ourselves here able to sit in conscious heads doing what we do. People pay the price.
That's a fact.
And those people that pay the price are why we here. We may say they dumb. Why would they do that?
Yeah.
I would never do that in 2024. But the reason we got the privilege to say we wouldn't do that in 2024 is because they did that. And now, when it comes to, when we look forward to 2060 or the year 3000, where will black people be in Baltimore City? Will we be hooked on futuristic drugs in a futuristic hood?
Right.
Will we be exterminated?
Right.
What will happen to us? And so we got to be looking, as the Native Americans say, looking down 7 generations and trying to play our little part in the grand scheme of things of getting us forward to eventual liberation. So
Beautiful, beautiful answer. sir.
Somebody said the audio sounds pretty good that we got going on right now.
Okay.
All right,
Shout out to the people that's watching.
cool. So
Barbershop.
this black man, you know, and not being involved. I know you talked a lot about it. You know what I mean? So what's going on with black men and women relationships, though? I mean, you know what I'm saying, with the mom raising the single. I mean, why is that? I mean, what's going on? What's the disconnect, bro? I mean, what's going on?
It's been, we've lost our minds on that front. So because of all the destruction, we don't know what a man is anymore. We redefining. When you look at the podcast topics, what is it about? What is a woman? What is a man? What's the gender roles? What's the
50-50.
standards? What we need to do?
Who's paying all the bills?
Who need to pay the bills? Who don't? So we completely confused in 2024.
So what would you say about that? But I mean, like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean, with the thing, who's supposed to pay the bills? I mean,
So for us in Tendare, we believe that the black man is called to be a protector, a provider, and a servant leader for self, family, and community. And so we don't really get in on a 50-50 debate, but I can tell you this about in Tendare family that every black male is obligated by our rules and laws to work 40 hours a week and strive to provide for his family. So we don't have any lazy black men in our organization. We don't have any men that don't want to work. We don't have any, no offense to the stay-at-home men, but we don't have any of those in our organization. For us, a man has to be striving to contribute. Now, when it comes to the economy and all that, black people don't really got control over all of that. But a hardworking black man in 1920, it's the same type of thing, same type of character, same type of value in 2024. And so it's not really about, you know what I mean, like who's paying what. It's about like what you're striving to do. So for the black men that's in Tendare, what we strive for black men to do is strive to contribute as much as you possibly can, because that's our contribution, not just to your family and yourself, but your community. So that's what gotta happen.
Can a man stay at home and still be a man or manly? Do you think? Can he?
That's a good one.
Like say for instance, him and his wife have an understanding. She say, "Hey, I'm gonna go out and do things." He said, "All right, I'm gonna handle things here." You know what I'm saying? At the house, can that happen? And he still be looked upon as a man? How about you, Kenny?
Maybe it could.
Okay.
Maybe it could. Maybe it could happen, but I think we always focus on the exceptions and not the rules. So that could work for a couple men. I know a couple men that I follow, that I respect, that follow me on Instagram and support my work, and I support what they do, and they stay at home dads.
Right.
So it's not trying to go at them, but those are the exceptions.
Right.
You know, those are the rare instances that may work. But do we give that as a standard for black boys that's growing up? Most black boys ain't gonna be stay at home dads. They ain't built to do it.
Right.
They ain't compassionate enough. They ain't empathetic enough. They ain't sympathetic enough. They built by nature to do something else.
What you think about that, Cardo? You think a man can stay at home?
I don't think he should. Just, you know, I just got a traditional way of saying things.
Yeah.
Right.
He need to get his ass out in that street and get something.
That's right.
But what if he home though? Like say he home and he is successful. Say he is a successful YouTuber, or he's successful.
But he earned it.
You know what I mean?
He working at home.
Okay.
Where he get it don't matter.
Right.
As long as he get it.
But you just saying that you think that financially, if he's, you know, he should be contributing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The lion's share, if not the whole share.
That's right.
So what about the 50-50 argument? You know what I mean? What you how you feel about the 50?
I'm not against it. I say do it work for your household, but
how
can I put it? Appreciate it. Yeah, I say do
have a good one, bro.
Do it work for your household, but I think that should be more geared towards maybe younger couples starting out, maybe. Because you know when you're younger, you ain't quite acquired the skills or the human capital to be able to fit the bill by yourself in this economy. That makes sense. You know, but but he should be striving to be able to shoulder the load at some point.
That's right.
Where's this 50-50 thing coming from? What is this big 50-50 argument? I mean, no, not 50-50, or that the man should pay all of the bills. Where is that coming from?
Well, you got a lot of women that's been doing it by themselves,
right?
And they basically tied now, so they don't want to do it at all, right. And they feel like if you gonna get with them, you need to do it all,
right? So. I mean, but there's been a lot of debate about that, you know what I'm saying? So even good men, you know what I mean? You know, how you feel about it, Kenny?
What the 50-50 part?
Yeah. The 50-50
I think it'll work for, like Cardo made a good point about I agree with him about the younger couples. I think it's a good starting point for younger couples who are trying to build up their income. But I think eventually, I don't want to speak for women, but I think women would definitely want the man to shoulder most of the load as far as financial. I think most women who would want I think a man should shoulder at least, if not I ain't gonna always say 100%, but I think he, like Cardo said, the lion's share.
That should be the goal.
Share. That should be normal.
Truth be told, all of it, if you can.
If
you got the drive to do it and the hustle, I think you know, there's nothing wrong with what I think that.
It should be strategy though.
You know
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're trying to make your family powerful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you know what I mean, you want to make sure that you leaving your, you know what I mean, leaving wealth with your children. You know what I mean? Leaving
Absolutely.
things. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
it shouldn't be you out just paying the bills and your wife just out paying
Doing
like
what she want to do
we had
all
a
month.
client,
spending money
we had a
and not-
client in here one day that just say that his wife just go spend all her money and then he just pay all of the bills and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't fair, nor is it smart.
It's a couple on Instagram where they both work full time. The husband pay all the bills. The wife does the investing and pays for the vacation.
That's strategy.
That's
though.
good
Yeah, that's
strategy.
strategy. So
Yeah, that's good
you know,
strategy.
I mean, and all of that can work depending on what your arrangement is. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, your
Individual
family
couple.
should be getting power. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, to be striving to be better than you was. You know what I'm saying? And to put your children in a better
space,
situation, in a better space.
Not
than
so
they
one
were.
person can put their feet up and the
Yeah,
other
one,
person
and one just
be the
working.
workhorse
Yeah,
until he drop dead.
yeah. It's about strategy. It's about strategy.
Yes, sir.
So Kenny, what you think? You know, so far as the black family, what's the problem, man? What's the problem in these male and
There you
female
go.
relationships, man?
What's up, Bob?
One of the large one is like they were saying earlier, these podcasts with all these different mindsets being pushed. Individualism is a problem. A lot of people thinking for self more. Overall, like this, the same thing that's wrong with our relationships is like the same thing that I see as a problem in the black community. It's individualism. Everybody more worried about their individual self than the collective. The black community, I feel like, has a lot of selfishness and not enough selflessness. That's basically what I think all our problems boil down to. So selfishness over selflessness. So
what do you think is the solution? Like, how do we get our community back intact? What
Definitely
is it? You know
more
what I mean?
marriages than what we have. 60%.
And what can get us focused to getting married? You know what I mean? Like, what's specific?
Specifically, what could get us focused more on marriage is, I can't say one thing. My answer would definitely be the Bible, but I know many people feel different ways about that. But I do believe the Bible has the best structure for any marriage out there. So it would be start there.
Talk about that, Bob.
Bring it out.
And we don't. Back to the individualism argument, like black people seem to think that everybody can just run their marriages any old kind of way, however they see fit. But the results that black people have gotten with that train of thinking has been disastrous.
Right.
We've been carrying that mindset that we all can carry our relate. No, there's a certain type of way a marriage has to be structured, and if you go against that, you're gonna get the results of going against that, which is single parent household.
How should a marriage be structured?
Man, woman, children. The man should be the head, the woman should follow, and the children should follow both of them. That's simple. If you don't have that, look at all the nations and races that are above the African American community. They have a common thread. In their marriages, the men run things and make more of the final decision-making decisions. And like Arabs is like that, white is like that, all of this. And you come to the black community, it's like the woman's supposed to tell the man what to do. So we need to fix our structure of our.
When you say the man should be the head,
yes, sir.
Exactly what do you mean, bro? Like, you know, you should.
What does a CEO, a head of a corporation, do? He sit down with his counselors, his advisors, and make good, logical decisions to keep the company afloat. So same thing in a marriage. The man should sit down with his counselor, which should be his wife. His advisor should be his wife, and consider her input when making decisions. Now, will he always go with her input? If he rejects her input, you got to trust the man you married. Obviously, you married him because you think he has a good mind.
So what if she disagree?
That's what I'm saying. Even if she disagrees at some point, sometimes she may have to just let him still make that decision. He will find out it was a bad decision. And if he a man of God, God will convict him in the spirit to go apologize. But you married him for a reason. You should have married him for his mind and his leadership skills. What's up, bro? Go ahead. Yeah. You should have married him for his mind and his leadership skills. But if you don't trust his decision-making skills, it really reflects the man can't make good decisions.
So in that point, you don't think it's 50-50 so far as, you know what I mean, more in the structure of you think it's more, what, 70-30, 80-20? I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Huh? His mic.
60-40.
In and out.
Who, mine? Oh, it's been some technical difficulty.
It did. She testing? Say something.
Testing.
It's on. It's on. Can you hear it?
I would say, don't ask me no questions. No, we do. But I would say, I don't want to hear from a man. So.
You can't hear it all?
What's up, brother?
Testing.
Sound muffled.
Great producer. That's what we gotta give him another title.
I can't believe Baba running away from the camera. He been an intricate part of the conversation. And conversation in Conscious Heads for over 20-something years. Marcus Garvey rolling over in his grave right now.
I got warned.
Yeah. Bobby, you ain't never been a man run for no camera.
Right?
All right, say something, Kenny. Count.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
It sounds muffled a little bit. Is it?
Could be me.
Is it warm around?
Because I got messed with
Can
all
you hear
the
Ricardo?
trash.
You hear Ricardo? You hear me?
Yo.
You think it might be these trash bags I'm dealing with?
No. No, it's Kenny's.
Oh,
I don't know what's going on with
Oh,
Kenny's
all
mic.
I mean, I got it in a good spot. Should I move it and try it?
Even when you do that, he's not picking up for some reason. And then I got signal coming from everywhere.
Edomites on Discord, man.
Yeah.
Is that better, yo? Yeah, test.
All right, let me see. Say something. What you got? A? Do you have one? You got channel
It's
A?
not picking up nothing. Hold on. Yeah, it's not picking up. My meter ain't moving at all when I thought it was going. It was moving.
Say something now.
Testing. 1, 2. Testing.
Hold on. Huh?
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's on mute.
Testing.
Can you hear that?
It was working. He said it just sound muffled. You said it sound muffled?
Hold up now.
Testing. Test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
3. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Sound better? All right, I'm sorry, Kenny. We broke you in the structure of the family.
Killing it.
I don't remember where I left off, but I was just basically. Oh, you were asking me what I think the percentages should be. I basically said like 60-40. Yeah. Because in this, it's like like I said in the past, the person who's responsible for protecting and providing, that's the person that's got to be listened to. You cannot optimally protect something that does not listen to you. No, a key word being optimal. You can still protect and they don't listen to you, but optimally protect them without them listening to.
How you feel about that, brother Elijah?
I think it's not that it's not no truth to that. I think it's some truth to that. I think the problem is though in 2024 is that boys ain't been trained for leadership anyway. So
Agreed.
you got boys that can't fill out a job application, grown men that can't fill out a job application without their girl help. So and driving their girl car, having their girl.
Agreed.
So it's a whole bunch of
Men need to step it up a little.
Yeah. So
Not a little bit, a lot.
So if you're gonna be in leadership, you gotta be trained for leadership.
Yeah.
So if you was like, man, with this person, you watch the movies where it's like, man, this person is like the prince and he don't know it, or he gonna be inherit the kingdom and he don't know it, and then he find out, and then he gotta go through a training process.
Fact.
Because he may be called to be the prince or the king or the whatever, but if you ain't trained, you can't do an optimal. Using your word, you can't do an optimal job.
I
can't do a good job. So I think, some people, in these relationships walking around like I'm the leader, and they can't lead themselves.
They ain't earned that title yet.
Man, they can't. Especially, a lot in Baltimore City, a lot of brothers, they was formerly incarcerated stuff. So, and if you was incarcerated for a while, you don't even understand the world. And so if you're gonna lead, you have to be
trained.
You have to be trained, and you have to be out in front in areas of wisdom and knowledge and understanding and things like that. And if you're not,
around the men that can give you that knowledge.
And if you lacking in some areas, then should be a fool to rely on your leadership. So I think it's one thing to know you're supposed to be in charge and lead. It's another thing to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And I think it's a big responsibility, it's a big duty with leadership. And I think to be real, there's a lot of men that don't want it.
There's a lot of men.
Leadership.
That's a beautiful point.
I don't want to be in charge. I don't. So it's not even just like men just like, I'm trying to lead, and she won't. It's like a lot of men don't want to be in leadership.
That's a fact. I've noticed that a lot in the black. It's a lot of brothers like that don't want that responsibility on them. Sorry about that.
They may want the good and the perks that come with like power, but they don't want the responsibility of
having to guide
really
and protect and provide. They don't want that.
And I for one believe in a servant leadership. I think
that's what you're doing. The greatest among you shall be a servant. A leader is a servant.
That's right.
He gotta put his wants and desires down for the group.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? His wants and desires might be to walk away from being a leader, but you're the best to do it. So you gotta sacrifice what you want as a leader a lot of times. A leadership role is a servile position. And sometimes people forget that you are a servant when they get in that leadership role.
Yeah.
Even though the man is ahead, he still got to serve his wife. He still got to serve her by going out to get the things that she needs to survive.
Yeah.
That's service to you. Going out working 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts, you serving your wife.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And we're in a community, right, where black women are more educated than their men. They're out earning their counterparts. And so like there's a real gap. It is. And black males, are playing catch up in some scenarios, and so it's one thing to say, man, I wish this man would lead. I think there's a lot of women that would want men to lead in a relationship, but they can't. They can't. Some people don't even know how to pay their bills.
That's a great point.
Don't even know the process of paying their bills and rely on their girls like they're their mothers.
That's a great point.
To lead. So I think all that Kenny is saying is facts. I think it's just
we got to get better. We got to get trained.
But I think, all right, so one thing I do think that might be a pitfall for people for thinking like what we're talking about is true is they're thinking of like, European patriarchy.
Yeah, that's
I've
run across that too.
Yeah, and I think that's I don't think that's necessarily what Kenny's talking about.
Not at all.
And I know it's not what I'm talking about. We're not talking about oppression. We're not talking about treating women like they're inferiors. We're not talking about any of that. We're talking about like not replicating the roles within a family and roles within a relationship. We don't need 4 quarterbacks.
Fact.
And I think no matter whether it's you looking at it from an African-centered perspective or you looking at it from a current modern dangerous perspective, is that whatever we did, no matter if it's matriarchal or matrifocal, um, we didn't replicate a bunch of roles. It wasn't like this vague, just everybody do everything. No, we had organization and structure. So even if you saying, man, I don't know about that man being the leader, well, you gotta make a decision. Somebody gotta be it, and
That's a fact.
and you can't. It gotta be some. It gotta be some structure. It gotta be some order, and that's my It gotta be some structure, some order, and some specific duties, so that boys. This is what rites of passage was about. Boys can be trained and girls can be trained to occupy those roles from the time they learn how to put on their shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Beautifully said, sir.
I mean, but I really think, I mean, now you know how I differ a little bit from the argument. You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, I think that everybody got their position. A man got his position and a woman got her position. You know what I'm saying? And neither one should get in the way of either position. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
In general, and then when you sit down at the table, y'all can make decisions together. You know what I'm saying? As a, you know what I mean? You know, so it's like, hey, look, where we going to eat at tonight? You know, y'all sit down. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think the man said, no, we going to Turd Cafe tonight, and that's it.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? So I think that, you know what I mean? So, you know, but I think where the problem comes in is that people start to interfere in each other's roles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where the problem comes in. That
Yes,
from my perspective.
I'm married myself, and I agree with what you're saying. I've never made any serious decision in my marriage or in my life since I've been married, since I've been in a relationship with her, that we didn't talk about, you know. And that's not weak or chump like. It's just she's bright, she's sharp,
Right.
she's educated. You know what I mean? She got great input.
You chose her for a reason. Why wouldn't you listen?
I take that into consideration. Definitely take consideration. And so I agree that, man, if there's time to have a conversation, do all that, yeah. If you're in the field and you're making outside in the public, you making snap decisions, though, you know, somebody got to have the ability to make that decision, and somebody got to, you know, go with the flow. Be a good
I like
team
the way
player
you put
sometimes.
that, sir. I like the way you put that.
So where
we saying don't go down that alley. You know, somebody gotta know that you know that's for the best.
So where do we start with the healing now? What process now? If we're gonna start like, look, we getting ready to make a change. We ready to make some things happen. Where do we start at? Because it does start with the male and female relationship, because that's the basis of the family. And so we don't have a lot of strong families that's out there right now. So how do we go about it? Even male and female relationships, you know what I mean? Families are a lot weaker now. You know what I mean? Even, you know what I mean, when you have funerals and different things, you see people fussing and they arguing, kicking over the casket halfway, you know what I'm saying? And
jumping in.
You know what I mean? Jumping in, you know what I mean, doing stuff and yeah, you know what I mean? So, you know, what do we do to bring back that first? You know what I mean? That whole family centered. I know, because when I was coming up, I came up, you know, in the 70s and 80s. I had all these great uncles, and they was close, man. They was super close. You know, I mean, you know, it wasn't like it is now. So, I mean, and then now looking, it's just like stuff is all over the place. Like you said, buying into the individualism, or these Instagram raised children that are like, you know what I mean? You know, that we actually have now. So, I mean, where do we start? Where we start at?
Excellent question, Cardo.
Say again. No, I wasn't even listening. I'm sorry, I'm watching Kenny get his work in.
No, I said where we start at healing.
In healing?
Yeah.
The mirror, personal responsibility for the part you played and how things went in your past relationships or current.
Right. But I'm saying, like, how do we heal? Like, it's a lot of open wounds in the families now. And people ain't, this person ain't speaking of that one ain't speaking of this one because of this. And then it's in every family, you know, but some families are still a lot closer than other families. Now.
I mean, sometimes you gotta be the bigger person and just step out there and just, like I said, just take responsibility for the role you played in.
Nah, bro, but today they take it a lot more serious. You know, when I cut you off, I cut you off. I unfriend you on Facebook, Instagram, you know what I mean, TikTok and everything. You know what I'm saying? When I cut you, I cut you. And that's, you know, they got this thing where it's like no forgiveness, none at all. You done, like, you know, they act like they like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want nothing else to do with you. That's the mentality you dealing with today. So how you get around
life won't spank you for carrying grudges like that. sometimes you just gotta give it time. Have some patience, and then just move forward in the best positive way you can. And maybe that person will come around, maybe they won't, but just show them that the you know the olive branch is always gonna be there.
Mm.
So, man, y'all spend some deep stuff. Like one of the things I think about all the time is you know, all these like these social media debates be about the man's role with a woman or the woman's role with a man, but we lost like what is an uncle? What is the responsibilities of an uncle?
Right.
Well,
Or a
we
brother?
haven't had functional family dynamics modeled in front of us for generations.
Yeah.
So we don't know. A lot of us just winging it.
Yeah, so if you don't know what an uncle is, then
do
you
the best
don't
thing
know
you can, yeah.
what you're supposed to do for your niece or your nephew
Right.
and things like that. So
But you know, brother,
I think that's how you feel it.
over to Shaka laid it out, you know what I mean, said that our families were stronger in so-called enslavement than they are right now. The family
agree with
structure even was there in enslavement during
Agree.
that time. You know what I mean? You know, all through almost up to the 60s, 70s, you know, to the 70s or whatever, and they started to break down.
Yeah.
You know?
But some people see structure as oppression.
Yeah.
Some people look at it like that.
Yeah.
Now, is the hands of the oppressor involved in this breaking down our family?
Absolutely.
You know, and how was that? How you know, how do you see that? I mean, how do you see
Incentivizing the breakup of the family.
bring it on?
Sorry, my man Ricardo just made a good
Yeah, it's been incentivized. Unfortunately, it's a short-term incentive. It's not, you're not playing a long game by buying into those incentives. But for the most part, yeah, I think that's the main reason. When you incentivize something, you get more of it.
Mm.
You penalize it, you get less of it in most cases.
I mean, look at the groups, the singing groups. You know what I mean?
Imagine if families were incentivized.
Right.
Imagine if your mortgage got paid for 2 years after y'all got married.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest bills most people carry in their life. But if somehow we can incentivize that and be able to make that happen for families, more people are likely to be sticking together, and the culture that'll come out of that will make us more cohesive.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when you look at like even the music industry, look at the Jackson 5.
Yeah.
You know, white man come over like, hey man, people like you, Mike. They don't like, I mean, though they're cool.
That's a good
But
example.
but you're who they looking for. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, or Jay-Z was
Like coming to see you, Otis.
Yeah. Right. You know what I'm
Jay-Z
saying?
was Rockefeller.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because they talked about it on Drink Chance, where they was like Leo got Jay-Z in was basically like, are you happy splitting this 3 ways?
Get them to start being
Yeah.
great.
It seemed like the
So
only time.
he dropped that seed in his head individually.
Yeah.
Sowing seeds of
Knowing
discord.
that they kicked the door down together though. But now that the door kicked down,
What's going on, bro?
What's
I
going
can
on?
walk through by myself. What's up, bro?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man? All right.
It seemed like the only time we could be a team right now is if they pay it.
Yep.
And I'm saying like the
That's why I
Ravens,
say
the Ravens,
incentivize.
the NFL, and all those people. You know what I mean? You got to pay us millions of dollars to function as a team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
It's
So
crazy.
you know,
But even then, you get individual.
yeah, even
Yeah,
then.
Even then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's why so many teams lose.
Yep.
Yep. Because they can't get the chemistry straight. But we got to get our family chemistry straight. You know what I mean? If we gonna move forward, man.
If
I
we
mean,
can get more marriages and better families, it'll make a difference.
Ain't no doubt about that.
It'll make a big difference. More than half our kids is in single-parented households. That's going to lead to misguided
but would you
kids.
say that most of the music being played today pumps
Absolutely. The music,
anti-family or anti-marriage or anti, you know?
absolutely.
Individually.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about like the female rappers,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and the oversexed, you know what I mean, society that we have in the music. How you feel about that? And that being a major part of it.
It all helps to, it definitely helps to destroy the family dynamic because, you know,
I blame the men for that though.
Okay.
Two Live Crew and them back in the day. They objectified them.
Yep.
So I think the women kind of just took it and ran with it as a way to quote unquote take their power back, even though it's in a destructive way.
All we did, all the black men did was follow after white people. You know what I'm saying? Because white people, no. What I'm saying is they were the first people to objectify our women all through slavery. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. They always
But
had
we
these.
still had the choice to not do it and chose to do
No,
it.
what I'm saying is we follow the ways of the oppressor though, in every way. You know what I mean?
That just make us look weak as black men.
I mean, bro, we talking like we talking in English language right now. You know what I'm saying? So we,
All right, good
I guess
point.
that make us extra weak. Then you know what I'm saying?
All right,
You
I
know
see your
what I'm
point
saying?
there.
You know what I mean? Like
But we as black men, even though we
mentally we ain't got.
Go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry. Baba asks, if y'all can't hear him on the screen, Baba asks, when have black men ever been in charge while being in this country? The answer to that
What do you
would
mean
be
in charge, Baba? In charge of the family or in charge in period of the?
No, not really. You're right. I mean, but all of this is pointing.
You would say like your grandfather, your father wasn't in charge of his family. I mean, but he had a lot more control. I mean, come on, compared to today. Oh, grandma was the one. Grandma was the one. Hey, give him that microphone right there. That's inside that thing right there.
The family
We
got
can't hear
tore-
you, Baba, because you talking, making good points, and then
You
the
want to get
people,
mine?
huh?
You want to get mine?
No, it's one right there. Cut that one on inside of the thing, next to you.
Oh, which one?
Either one. Just cut it on. You saying some good stuff, Bob. I don't want this to be not heard. That's all I'm saying, Bob. Look, Bob, you train us up all through the years. You train us up and teach us well.
See that light stands for COINTELPRO.
I don't have any bills. I don't deal with money. I send that over. I send it over to her. He's the one who's buying the number. All right?
Low conversation.
So, what do we do as a family? How do we come together to be in charge? We own nothing in the country. So, there are no examples of men being in charge. Everything we have comes from someone else's made, giving us jobs to continue their empire under their empire. So, what do we think?
So what's the difference from when you was coming up and where we at now? Would you say we in a far worse situation today?
100%.
Yep. We don't have many. We got to start highlighting those good examples more than we highlight the bad examples.
So what do you think the solution is, Baba? I mean, you got to get back to where y'all was at least, or what you think we need to do? Uh-oh.
We need order and structure.
So do we believe that man came from woman? I mean, woman?
Put the mic up.
We need order and structure, Bobby.
He said, did you say, do you think man and
Yeah,
woman?
yeah, I mean, so you think, I'm sorry, you think the woman came from a man? No, I'm serious. I'm 100%.
I want to know.
You know, that's all. I mean, you know that. Yeah. But could every religious book? Could every religious book be wrong about that? Now you know there's a. I don't think it has been proven that it is true either. No, but his sound. Oh, just let it stay like that.
I don't know why we write that.
So
I mean, from
a
lot
lot
of
our structure, the way we ordering things is wrong in this society today, Baba. We out of order, is what you're saying? We out of order.
I disagree with the man coming from the red. I mean, the woman coming from the red, but the man, I disagree with that. I do. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of our scholars have proved that a lot of that. The great Dr. Ben, you know what I'm saying? And Dr. John Henry Clark and a whole bunch of other people.
But they're trying to make it so that you have faith without the aid of a man. But you gotta have experience to return to you. Come on, man. Where do you get that from?
So what I'm saying is I know the book says that, but a lot of other sources say different. Ancient Egypt, you know what I'm saying? You know, they all pointed that made more sense that people would come from the female, you know what I'm saying, you know, perspective than the male. I'm just saying, I mean, you know, the Bible is a story. The Bible is even more of a story than that is. Because it can be proven more on the temples. Yeah, saw, said it's all. Yeah. Grab everybody.
You know, I ain't an expert in none of this, but I do want to know where did the other people came from when the boys got kicked out?
Right. Cain and Abel, yeah.
I just want to know answers to the question.
Right.
Was it Adam kicked out?
When Abel killed his brother,
Yeah.
he went out to the wilderness and he ran into some other people, but them people didn't get created the way some other people.
How was they out there already?
Sorry, it took so long too. You know, trying to get his things to. That's where you get it at. I know. You really don't want to be on it. Right.
I'm trying my best to be
Let's see.
We got some mics for you.
Listen, I was just in that Bible story when they ran into some of the people. The God who became known as Jehovah was considered a thunder god, a rain god, in a bigger system of gods in Babylon. And there was other people who was there who knew that Jehovah existed, but he was the direct God to what we would call the Jews today, right? Or Hebrew, whatever you want to call them. So I'm trying to understand where these other people come from and who their God was. I'm just asking questions.
It's a good question.
But what is the story?
Yeah, we definitely gotta get on the microphone.
I don't know that story. I'm asking your question about your story.
This is I believe from what I read and understood from my years.
But Abel had to leave, right? Cain left. Right? He was sent away.
I'm no kidding.
He ran into another woman who was from a different tribe.
Got people jumping in. You don't look like he's bothered yet, though.
I've heard that, but that's gone past it. I had enough now.
Well, you think that's an important story? Well, maybe there's a God who only likes to make women out from men, but there's another God that makes human beings.
Oh yeah. Just now.
Turn the mic on.
It's probably on. Give it to him. Just tell him talk on the mic.
Up your lip from
The
people need you.
Yeah, man, you're making some good points, brother.
No, I'm just so the question
You
for
already,
me
you know
is,
what I'm saying? Oh, okay.
if you're gonna use a
Okay.
Bible story, then you got to know the whole story.
All right, bro.
Otherwise, you got to hold on to that because then you spreading. When you give a half truth, it's a lie.
What do we need to this song today? What do we need today? What do we have religious perspective today? What is the
Hey, Kenny, I think you're on the work shift.
That what y'all slave master gave us, you mean?
I hear it.
I can't believe
Paging Kenny.
I can't believe
Well, you
he's
don't
so,
have to.
he's
You
so
can-
poised right now.
you
Look
can-
at him.
you
He's
can
focused,
find-
man.
you can- I agree.
Because we had remained who we were as a people,
Yeah.
and had other things
Yeah.
before that was to do what they want us to do. So, you know,
I know that the Ethiopians were practicing Christianity before white people knew about Jesus.
Good to go.
Appreciate
But
it.
we don't take all
Got
that.
you right, George. You got it
Oh,
right.
no, yeah, I know. I was just trying to get a good starting point, and then as I get more cameras and I get more staff, you know what I'm saying? Just keep building. Yeah.
Now you in the mood.
No J's in Hebrew.
He said there's no J's in Hebrew.
Yeah.
Yeah. People waiting for Kenny. I see the comments.
He's solid. That boy poised today, man. Look like, he poised.
I was letting Baba handle himself.
Yeah.
So you're talking about Cain, right, sir?
Yeah.
All right. Well, in Genesis chapter 5, it said God created man, male and female, created him both, and he called their name Adam. Eve was never referred to as Adam. That's telling you that there was other people before Adam and Eve. Also, when Cain got cursed, he said, why would you give me a mark like this that's greater than I can bear? Every man that findeth me now will kill him. Well, why is he saying every man will find him and kill him if it's only his mother and his father? So he knew. Then we got more evidence that there was more than just Adam and Eve because he goes to a land of Nod and gets a wife. All of this is telling us that Adam and Eve weren't the only ones.
I think that's logic, right?
But I do know what you're talking
Right.
about. The Christian church pushes this idea that Adam and Eve were the only two. So I know why you're asking that question.
Well, I do ask that question
Yes,
because I think the other part of it is that we make the assumption, and I think this is interesting. For the longest time, the Hebrews considered their God to be only their God and not nobody else's God. And that only shifted over the last, couple of,
When white folks started teaching the Bible.
you know what I'm saying? So Hebrews always assumed that their God was only their God. He did not assume that he was anybody else's God, right?
And I believe that is the truth.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
It's called the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not the God of everyone.
There you go. That is a beautiful quote.
In Luke, the first chapter, it says, blessed be the God of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed his people and sent for us a savior out of the house of his father David to perform the mercies promised to us, Israel, and sent for us Jesus, who in Hebrew would be known as Yeshua.
And if
Yeshua HaMashiach.
And if you're not a part of that nation, whoever your God is probably got a plan for you as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was beautifully said, sir.
Mm.
well laid out.
Beautifully said, my brother.
So, he came first. You know, he said, that's us.
You get to opt in or opt out. That's the important part.
Good to go, baby.
You get to opt in.
See you next time. It'll be safe out there, all right?
Same thing.
All right, family.
All right, bro.
Elijah.
Take it easy.
It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, man. What you talking about?
Oh, boy.
What that make you? What that make you? Hebrew? Oh,
We are the children of Israel, Baba. We are
As
the
long as you're
children
not the
of-
Israel to drop bombs on people, that's the wrong.
No, they Israelis. They not Israelites.
Ooh, you starting the trouble now.
Yeah, I know. I gotta watch it on this live. I'm sorry. I don't want to get the bar live taken down. I don't want to get you flagged, sir.
Same thing.
This is a good conversation, though, man. Yeah, they got ish. They got the ish at the end for a reason. Ish means like or pertaining to something. You know, so they ish, kind of like.
No, just start at
We got when we online,
2:30.
Bible, we got to take the small.
More close like we normally do.
That
1.5.
word.
1.5. We don't even know. Okay.
I don't know who coined it.
So,
okay.
so do you think that we can join, our people can join any religion, Christian, Muslim, or Hebrew, or, you know what I mean, or be an Israelite, that we would change in the community? Does it matter, or
Yeah.
do we
For
just
unity, ideology always matters. You can only have short-term unity if your ideologies are different. You can't have long-term unity if your ideologies are
So I'm just saying, if you have a couple, they were Christian and they lived according to the Christian Bible and doctrine,
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? Could that help to heal our community? You know what I mean? With some of the things that's going on. Because some people ain't a
It's
part of
gonna do
nothing.
good
Some
and
people
bad.
ain't a part of nothing right now. Some people
Yeah.
just ain't
And like those
nothing.
people
You know what
I
I mean?
couldn't unite with.
You
You know
know?
what I'm saying? Me and those people can have short-term unity, like if you want to go pick up some trash in the neighborhood or something. But if we trying to build a long-lasting community with multiple families, I can't have that. Because like I was telling Baba earlier, you know, if I live next door to a atheist, a black atheist, you African American like me, I still love that brother and want that brother to prosper, and I don't want to see the system railroad him or anything like that, and I don't want to see anything bad to his kids happen to him or his kids just because he don't believe in the God I believe in.
Right.
But I would, my prayer and wish for him would be that he would believe in the God that I believe in. But until he does that, I don't want him influencing or teaching my kids. You know what I'm saying? So
But what if he ain't?
we can only have short-term unity. Like if me and that brother, that atheist brother, want to get together and clean up our neighborhood, I'm with him on that. That is a righteous thing, and we both can do that together. But if you start teaching my kid that there is no God, our unity is destroyed.
Right.
So
What about a Christian? What about a Christian?
A Christian, I think that the Christian church perverts the Bible, the doctrine of the Bible, like the brother said, teaching that God is the God of everyone and he loves everyone equally. The Bible never taught that. That's nowhere in the Bible. All the way throughout Genesis to Revelation is about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and his relationship that he has to save his people, the children of Israel.
But bro, there's some great Christian people. Who doing great work.
They
in
are
the community
they
that's
are,
adding,
they
even
are.
as a man. You know what I'm saying? Manhood
are.
training, all those different
It's
things. I
just
mean,
that
rather people don't want to admit it. You know what I'm saying?
No, they are, but just some of the Christianity doctrine, and I gotta say Christianity because, let me say this: people have to understand that Christianity and the doctrine that is in the pages of the Bible are not the same. They're two different things. Now, that may be hard for people to understand, but Christianity teaches tenets and doctrines that aren't found in the scriptures, like December 25th being Jesus' birthday, for one. We also got Easter. That's not in the Bible. You should be celebrating Passover. The word Easter is in the Bible, but you know, when you look it up in Greek, it means it's Pesach, which is for Passover. All these type of things lead us away from God. The children of Israel were prophesied to go into slavery for disobedience to God in Deuteronomy 28th chapter, and I mean, we the descendants of those people. So if God punishes us for disobeying those commandments, Christianity teaches us to disobey those, which is going to keep us in a downtrodden position.
Christianity teaches us to disobey the laws.
Yeah.
So you don't think?
I just said it.
So what about Islam?
Islam, same thing. Same thing. Islam bows down to a Kaaba stone, and the Quran tells you to follow the scriptures given to Moses and given to the special people of his favor. The Torah tells you to never bow down to any rock. Never bow down and no false god.
So are you telling me, sir, that the true religion is to be a Hebrew Israelite?
I'm not saying the true religion is to be a Hebrew Israelite, but all right, I'll quote a scripture for you. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, and his, no, excuse me. Let me use this other. Basically, the scripture says the Lord's law is the truth. What I'm telling you here today is that the things that are written in that truth, which is God's word, will fix black people tremendously. Let me give you an example. You brought up the music industry,
right,
and how it's pushing promiscuity,
right,
things of that nature. There's a verse in the Torah, God's truth, that says, "Do not prosecute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, or else the whole land will fall into whoredom." That is a true statement. If anybody if one person, if one man, if one father sells his daughter, his 12-year-old daughter, to another man to sleep with, God says that's evil. And if you do that, you will be teaching whoredom, and then it will spread. That's what we have going on right here. So God's law is the truth. If you break that law, you will get the results of breaking that law, which is whoredom. We see that in the black community. And then the Christianity church doesn't do a good job of trying to divert us away from that. Like some churches even give out condoms to teenagers. It's not a good idea. That's encouragement.
You think that's encouragement, or you think it's saying like, okay, we can't stop them from doing it, so we might as well give them something that's going, you know what I mean, that's going to stop them from getting diseases? I'm just saying.
think this is the same concept. What you just did with that, right? This would be the same concept. Don't steal, but then I give you stealing equipment. Think about it.
Like what? Like what's stealing?
A crowbar.
Okay.
I tell you don't steal and put a crowbar and a pick lock in your hand. It's the same. That's the same concept. Okay. Okay. Gloves. Yeah. My dad tells me don't steal, but he gives me a crowbar and leather gloves so I don't leave fingerprints. But don't steal, son.
But you know, from the nature of a man, the nature of a man, and the nature of a woman. You know what I mean? Is that they're gonna come together. They are gonna come together no matter what you say. Hey, you better not be out there. Tell to your son, you better not be out there having sex with no girls. You know damn well, even when you was young, you know what I'm saying? That's not true. I did it. Right? And because you know that, you say, okay, well, if you're gonna do it, I don't want you to get, you know what I mean, herpes. I don't want you to get AIDS. I don't want you to get, you know what I mean?
No different than the concept I gave you about stealing, though. You're still encouraging.
But you know, if you got a 14-year-old or daughter, that more than likely they are going to indulge. You cannot keep those forces away, man and woman, away from each other.
Let me let Baba wants to speak. Go ahead, Baba.
But most people
bring it out. Bring it out.
None of us hit. Okay, that one. Okay. What discipline?
No, what I just stated about like out the Bible. That wasn't taught to us. That wasn't even taught to me growing up.
I don't know. You know, we were taught to have as many babies as you can have because we need you to fill our coffin.
I was even taught that, sadly to say, from people in, I'm not gonna say the name of the church, but people in my Baptist church that I grew up in. I don't want to say the name. I don't want to seem like I'm trying to
no, I got you. Yeah.
You know, we've never been taught it. Were we acting like this when we were in our own homeland?
But we talking about
Were we?
What? Acting like what?
Yeah. Jumping down on a stupid woman you can get to. That sort of
I mean, probably
honestly,
so.
I would probably say so.
Probably so, because of the nature of man and woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, that's what most people know. So to know how to control those urges is something. But I know all y'all in here ain't gonna sit here and act like when y'all got to a certain age, you wasn't out of control. And no matter what your mother or father said, you bet not be out there doing such, and you show how you doing it. I know, that's what I'm saying. So if somebody was giving you a condom, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? To protect. Hey, look, I know you saying you ain't having sex. I know, but just hold this in your pocket. You know what I mean? I don't trust her. I don't care what you say. You know what I mean? I know I ain't trust myself when I was coming up, so I know. Yeah, I mean, better to have it than not to have it.
So are we saying that it's bad to have sex, or it's not bad? I'm trying to understand.
Yeah.
What's being said.
Now you get to follow the pattern of someone else. And then they have all these things in front of your face every day to make certain that you violate yourself as a female and as a male. Go out and enjoy yourself.
I'm still not clear. Are we saying that having sex is a bad thing for us?
I didn't say that.
Because I want to start with what's right and what's wrong. Because then everything else is our. I'm just trying to understand, because listen, what we're trying to say is that my moral position on what sex is should be the standard that everybody else's moral standard should be. And I'm asking the question, do we start with having sex is good or bad? Right? Because then we can move forward with why you come up with those discussions about why it is or why it's not.
Right.
That's all. Huh? It does feel pleasurable. But when you but I'm just saying, there's a point in which you can't reproduce anymore as a human being, or don't want to. That don't mean you should stop having sex, because it's only pleasurable, right?
That's what you're talking about. That's what you want.
Right.
Right.
So let me ask the question a different way. What is the moral standard that you're trying to impress upon young people
when you're expecting them not to have sex.
Give him that mic.
And those
Give him the
houses
mic.
you're not able to take care of. They set up nothing to take care of children. When you're married, then you can go ahead and have children. And you can enjoy all the sex you wish.
So what if you don't get married till you're 30?
Hold that, Bob. We can't hear you on the thing. The people can't hear you. They only hear him talking.
I'm just saying because we
No,
have,
I'm just, okay.
because I know there's a moral position, and I know that people's religious influence what they think is the right or wrong thing to do. But I'm asking the question because if we know that people are going to have sex,
Right.
and we don't prepare them emotionally, we don't give them protection, we don't even tell them the ramifications of having sex, right? Then they're going to.
We're talking about youngsters now. We're not talking about adults. Because it starts with the youngsters, they get out of line with sex, and then just run wild with it, okay? So we got to go back to the youth. I mean, people sit at your age and us.
Well, I mean, some of the people our age is still just as irresponsible.
Of course they are, because I mean, look where we've been born, look where we've been raised, look at the things that we do.
Because we weren't, but I'm just, okay. So I'm pushing back. I'm not, to be honest, I'm not really opposed to your position, or if you have a religious position that influences your answer, I'm not pushing it back against it. But I'm asking, you can't act like that's a universal truth when we live in a world with 3 billion people who have different other ways of understanding the world.
How do we know this is how the 3 billion people do?
Man, stop that. Stop that.
We don't know.
We do know. Stop
We
it.
don't know. We don't know. We don't
Is the world, can I ask you a question? I just want to know one thing. Is the world flat or is it round?
Oh, come on.
I'm asking a question. Because we don't know if it's 3 billion. Do we know if it's flat or if it's round?
3 billion has been counted. We
Oh,
know
man.
that.
I'm done.
Can I ask a question to you, sir, in the chair?
Yes, sir.
You asked, how do we know it's a universal truth, didn't you? How do we know that what we're saying about this sex thing is a universal truth, right?
Go ahead.
I quoted a verse to you that said, do not prostitute the daughter to cause her to be a whore, or else the whole land will fall to whoredom, right?
I got you.
Is that not true?
No. It's only true for people who believe that. Because.
Oh, no. Okay, but let me ask you, before you
proceed.
proceed, let me attack that point right there, right?
Go ahead.
It's not only true for people who believe in it. It's the truth regardless of if you believe in it. Because if a little girl goes out here and she is an atheist, don't believe a lick of the Bible, if she start whoring herself, she gonna teach little girls, and those little girls around her, the land will fall into whoredom like the Bible said. It's a universal truth.
It won't.
One whore will turn into 2 whores, 2 whores will turn into 4, 4 will turn into 16, 16 will turn into 32.
So let's back up something.
That's a universal truth.
Let me tell you, let's deal with your universal truth because it got fallacies. If the Bible that you are using,
but can you address that?
If
can
the
you address
Bible,
me? You're going to a different point. Can
no,
you address
sir.
that? Is the truth that I just said to you. One whore will create more.
It's not true.
It's like cancer. Cancer spreads.
How do we know that?
We live. Okay, we
Your
live.
brother just told me we can't.
We living in whoredom. Are we living in whoredom in America?
Subjectively, that's true.
Are we living in whoredom in America? How did that start? It started with one. Come
right,
on, dog. This is simple.
No. Let's not make things so simple that they don't actually add up. You said that in the verse that you quoted, that message is given as a warning from that God.
Yes,
correct?
sir. Yes, sir.
If I live on the other side of the world and that God don't have nothing to do with me, then his law has nothing to do with me either.
Not true at all.
You just told me he don't care about what happens to me.
Not true at all.
He ain't the God of everybody.
Not true at all.
So you don't mean the God that takes care of them other people don't have another rule that protects them?
How you know somebody on the other side of the world ain't an Israelite?
I didn't say that. I'm asking you. You told me that.
So how you know he don't care about them if they're an Israelite? All right, let's say they're not an Israelite.
You just told me that God ain't everybody's God.
Yes, I did.
So then his rule don't apply to everybody.
Yes, that's true. Yes, they can be whores if they want to. The children of Israel can.
So let's deal with what you just said. Okay. I'm telling you there's 3 billion people on this planet, if not more. If not more.
Yes. And
that all those people, even if the Bible was true, that rule does not apply to everybody.
God might not punish them, but yes, it still applies because one whore will multiply. That's all the law is saying.
So the other gods are just going to chill while Jehovah just does what he wants to do.
The principle of that scripture that you're arguing is one whore will lead the land to whoredom. Is that a true principle or not?
Only if you got whore-like activities in your country.
Oh my God, man! Only if you got whore. That's the whole point. We're saying there is whore-like. If there is whore-like activity, it will lead to whoredom. That's what the Bible's saying. You just basically said yes.
I'm not saying yes. I'm saying what I'm saying is maybe that law was written for people who do have whore-like tendencies.
Who don't in this world?
There's a lot of people that don't have whore-like tendencies.
Name them.
The indigenous people didn't have
Indigenous people of what damn land?
Of North America.
What are you talking?
Of South America.
Oh, fuck out of here. That's crazy. That's crazy. They wasn't fucking.
I just had a point. Sex
They had
good.
more. Then define whore like criticism then. Then define whore like criticism.
Hey y'all, he the one that don't like sex. I told you sex can work.
I'm married. I had sex.
He said that anybody who has sex.
TMI, bro.
I'm married, sir. I'm married, sir. Don't try that.
So you saying
Don't
that
try that.
anybody?
When you was doing,
So you
Don't
know
try
what you
that.
doing, bro.
That was a nice deflection.
No, you saying that anybody who have sex who ain't
Name
married
of
is
people that
whore.
don't have whoredom. You can't point to one. Come on, yo, you arguing a frivolous
Wait a minute.
argument.
I'm listen.
You know,
You
we're arguing that point. You defend that.
You defending
no,
whoredom.
I'm not defending whoredom. I'm defending the fact that everybody's moral standards may not be the same as the one that you're quoting from, and that is the truth.
That is the truth. That is the truth. Yes.
Now, so how do they get away from? How do they become immoral when it comes to sex? Wow.
So we crossing a lot of threads, but the fact is that you live in a world now where the only thing that really counts is if you can take advantage of somebody to move yourself ahead, and that's where people's morals are today.
That's exactly where we coming from.
And that's piss poor moral.
That's the point.
That's the whole point. Baba, what is he? What is
Hey,
this man doing, Baba?
Hey, Baba, how long have people been on the earth? Because
Nobody knows the true date.
man,
Nobody knows. You know how old the earth is? It's hundreds of thousands of years old.
no,
No.
it's millions.
It's millions?
Yeah,
of
millions.
years
And
old.
what dating you using? Some faulty ass dating system, but you want to talk about the Bible being faulty.
Guess what?
And you
The
want to act
Bible
like you
is-
know
listen,
and you want to act
listen.
like you know the earth a million years old though.
Let's start with the truth. The Bible's a story that
Mhm.
you're using all your
And
bases.
so is
on.
your million years
No,
old.
no,
and
sir.
so is your million years
Facts.
old. You don't have no facts to that, sir.
You know
Facts,
why?
man.
You don't have no.
And here's the best part.
Then how come some
About the
people say it's a
dinosaurs,
million?
man.
How come some people say it's hundreds of thousands? And how
How
come
old are
some
the
say it's
dinosaurs?
thousands? Answer that for
Wait,
me.
wait, wait.
If it's so true, why do some say it's millions, some say it's hundreds of thousands, and some say it's just thousands?
So-
If it's so damn true.
Because first of all, the best thing about science is, unlike Bibles,
Mhm.
is that they actually learn things and can make changes to their information.
Oh,
So if you learn more, you make new decisions.
like
You can't-
they can make changes to the evolutionary theory to try to make it more true when
Yeah.
the shit ain't proven at all.
It is proven.
It ain't proven
Wait,
at
wait,
all.
wait,
It's a theory.
What does
That
that mean?
means it's not a fact.
Do you know what a theory
difference between
means?
facts
Have you seen anything
belief.
evolve in
Do you-
your life? Have you seen anything evolve in your life? It is not a scientific fact until it's observable and
Do you know
replicatable.
what a theory
Evolution has never been observed and replicated.
For
Therefore,
those-
it cannot be a scientific
For
fact.
those who do not know what a scientific theory is, because the brother does not know.
I know what a theory
No, you
is.
don't. Because I asked you. You didn't.
I know what a scientific fact is, and it is not that. Evolution is not a scientific
No,
fact. It is a scientific theory, which is backed by research. It's backed by a theory is backed by research, but it's not proven. The sun is proven. The moon is proven. Evolution is not. They're missing they can't even find the fossils for the missing links to try to say we came from apes.
So-
How you gonna sit here and try to say it's true? You don't know that at all.
Can I explain what theory is? Because
Yes,
you don't
sir.
know what it is.
You have the floor.
A theory is how you predict the answers for conclusions. If you have a bunch of facts, you can tie those facts together with a theory. To your point, you are right. A theory is not a fact. A theory is a conclusion that's made from an abundance of facts.
It's still an
And
opinion.
then-
Again.
Because-
It's still an opinion.
It's not an opinion.
No one's seen it is. No one's ever seen anything evolve. And you're saying things evolve, and no man has seen it. That's an opinion.
It is a calculated answer.
The
right?
shit ain't true.
Okay.
At the end of the day, the shit ain't true.
You know what?
The
truth
same way you can emphatically say the Bible ain't true, evolution is bullshit.
You know what? The best thing about living in America is that can be your opinion,
That's fine.
right?
That's
But
fine.
you can't come up with no science based upon what you just said because now.
Nigga, the scientists don't come up with nothing.
How do you know
I'm
that?
sitting here telling you
No,
all
no,
the
no.
science that you believe in is bullshit.
No. How do you, like for instance, you come up with DNA samples that shows you the relationship of people to other things. You know that through DNA that you can figure out whole species are related to other species, and that things that happen to that species can happen to a related species.
Okay, Mr. Scientist, how did the humans get here?
They came. There's a whole evolution process.
I don't meaning you don't know.
No, to be honest, I don't. But
Exactly. So it wasn't evolution.
But Evolution is a fact. The
It's not. Yo, you just sat here and said it's a theory.
Things evolve.
That's a difference.
So birds just happen to look
Did
like
humans
dinosaurs.
evolve from apes?
Well,
Did humans evolve from apes?
That is not. Can I? No, they didn't.
Exactly.
And you know why?
But that's where evolution pushes.
No, it does.
Use a lie.
Would you like to put some money on that?
Is there not missing links? Are they not looking for missing links? What are the missing links for? What are the missing fossil links that they looking? What are the missing fossil links that they're looking for to prove? What are they looking for the missing links for? They trying to find the links between the ape-like creature that we evolved from into humans. Come on, yo.
So, wait a minute.
I was taught this in school.
The same thing that they're doing is trying to find out if white people hate the poor black.
Exactly.
No, nobody's doing that.
Yes.
No, only people are doing
We
that.
already know black people was. I mean, that's already
Come on,
proven.
man.
How do you know that?
Nobody argues that.
Well, how do you think you are?
Oh, we know that for
So
we know that for certain.
So can we? So
Lucy was black.
So brother, can we agree that humans didn't evolve from apes? Can we agree to that?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we
But that
can.
they share a common ancestor?
Oh, they might share some similar things, but we ain't come from. As long as you're saying that, that's cool.
All right. That progress has been made.
Yes, sir. We have reached agreement.
Isn't it funny that DNA also confirmed that before people knew how to use DNA?
I never did. The DNA is very real. I believe it was created by the creator.
Check Auntie Diop. Talk about that.
I believe my creator is very smart and could easily create DNA.
Are you familiar with him, Check Auntie Diop?
No, sir.
He proved beyond doubt, bro.
Evolution is a way for white people to try to say we have no creator because it gets them off the hook for accountability for the terrible human beings that they've been.
Well, I would say this, not that I agree with this. There are some people say that there's intelligent design that God used evolution to do that. Now, I'm not saying I agree with that, but some people say that as well.
Yes, sir. I've heard that before. Now, to be honest with you, I could believe that things could evolve. And what I mean by evolve is adapt to things around them. You see what I'm saying? Adapt to things. And we do that every day. We do that every day. We adapt to things around them. But in the way that evolution, in the way that the evolutionary theory explains it, it is not proven. That's all. It is not proven. Scientific facts are observable in real life and replicatable at some point. Just like with gravity. We think gravity is a scientific fact because somebody had a theory about gravity and they went out and observed and replicated it. Therefore, it went down in the history books as a scientific fact because it was observed and replicated. Evolution in no way, shape, or form, evolution as far as humans coming from ape-like creatures, has never in any way been observed and replicated. Because under the theory, it takes millions of years for a man to go from an ape-like creature to a human. Therefore, no one could have ever seen it. No one lives that long.
No, I got you. So again, the purpose of a theory is to make predictions that you can account for when you see it in the real world, right? No, you can make a prediction. For instance, gravity, the theory of gravity doesn't really exist. And when I say that, it actually got updated, right?
Okay.
So because they learned other things about what makes gravity work, right? Spinning rates and all that kind of. But there are things that you can predict about the force of gravity that people know now. Even if you don't understand all of the laws of what goes into that, right?
Okay.
That's what theories are for, to help you make predictions. Not just say, well, what used to happen. It can also say what is supposed to happen based upon the facts we know. Now, theories can change, to your point. They themselves are not facts. They're based upon an accumulation of facts that allow people to make predictions. That's all a scientific theory is, but it's helpful because if you need to know new things and predict things, that's what theory does.
Understood. That was beautifully explained. And I agree with you. I have no problem with people, having their evolutionary theory, but I have a problem with people. Normally with people, proponents of evolution, their biggest enemy is the Bible. And then they go around with this pompous attitude like they know there isn't any creator because they got this evolutionary theory. And I got to shit on them every time. Not you. I don't mean you, brother. I love and respect you. But like white boys and shit like that be coming in my comments saying, oh, you still believe in that dumbass Bible. You need to get whatever evolution. Nigga, the shit ain't even proven. You don't even know if it's the truth. But you shitting on the Bible, which has got more to back it than you have to back evolution. The Bible been proven right more than evolutionary theory has. Yes, sir.
Taking what? Disconnecting that, right?
Yeah, disconnected.
Aisha.
Can you repeat what Bob was saying? Because the people
The
cannot
people
hear
can't
him.
hear him on the okay. Baba said he want to touch back on the 12-year-old girls
It's just a be a blank spot on my thing, Bob. That's all.
and child marriages in Islam. All right, go ahead, Baba.
Well, even that he was 12 years old. He took it as his wife. Constantly later on down the line. What is it about that? But now you got to get a 12-year-old girl and you're an old man, you go to jail.
Yes. Yes.
It's called child molestation.
Yes, sir.
So what are we saying here?
That's pretty bad.
Where you
That's
going,
bad.
Baba?
Yeah, where
Where
we
you
at?
going with it, Baba?
What we saying here? Earlier on, we were talking about having sex with younger girls.
Hoarder.
Oh,
Hoarder.
we talk about young children that was out having sex, but boys or girls. I think we talking about, right?
Teenagers having sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Baba.
But they sanction that in the Quran. They sanction that in the Islamic faith.
Okay.
That's part of the understanding.
Mm.
That Muhammad asked us to have 4 wives. You can have 4 wives.
Mm-hmm.
He could have as many wives as he so fit.
Dang. Yeah, that's wild.
But here in America, you go to jail, and that's when a young girl.
As you should. As you should.
But there is a basic difference.
In Islam, it is okay. Islam, fathers
So
give away their young daughters all the time.
how we tying that in, because I know where we came from in this topic. We was talking about.
You the one took us all off topic.
Man, I've been right here the whole time. We talking about the family. You know what I mean? Y'all was in evolution.
No, you
y'all
went into the Bible, and that's how we got here.
Y'all was back in the dinosaurs.
Y'all two over there
Y'all was putting
jumped on
dinosaurs
Baba.
together and everything, man.
Y'all two jumped on Baba when he said something. I had to defend my grandfather over here.
Oh, you defending them now.
I had to defend my grandfather over
but you
here.
the same person had the audacity to come out your. I
knew it. You knew where he was going. You knew where he was going. Thank you, Baba.
Very distasteful.
White folks dead, boy. The white folks dead. He did.
Very distasteful.
Some discord amongst them. They getting along. Hell yeah, that's what he did, Baba. You got to watch the bars, man. Good. I got it all down. And Brother Namdi, I don't want you to think I don't believe in science. I certainly do. I just do what the Bible say about watch out for science falsely so-called that. So, science falsely so-called. If evolution is looking like that in my book, because of the lack of verification to what it's saying. And science means to know. Science, in the etymology of the word, it comes from a word which means to know. And you can't really call something science if it's still a theory. Technically, you don't know that.
But that's what the system wants you to believe, that believes in science. It can't believe in science without taking beyond that.
Yeah.
You know, or if the science says so, then it's true. Just like we did today. With the pandemic thing, believe in the science, come out of the damn lie.
They told us to believe in the science with that. Yeah.
Let me take a little turn real quick.
Yes, sir.
Because I want to say this too when you talk about keeping it real, because we had young Elijah that was here first, and we got Brother Namdi that's here. You know what I mean? Brother Namdi, these are people that's been working in the community for a long time. You know what I mean? Putting in work in the community for a long time. And I appreciate this brother right here.
Yes,
He was doing a lot of work in the community, and I just want to say, like, I always have respect for him, and I always tell a story about how we had a disagreement. I was doing some stuff, and we had a event going on, And Brother Namdi was pissed about some of the stuff that happened in that event. But instead of him holding the grudge and saying, you know what I'm saying, like, man, I ain't never mess with Jabari again. He wrote me a letter, a criticism. He said, can we meet? Can we talk about it? Beautiful. And we sat down, we met, we talked about it, and we let it go. We talked about what we disagreed with, bam, back and forth, and we ain't pick up on it. You know what I mean? I tell that story, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how disagreements, even for family and stuff, that's how this stuff gotta happen. Yeah. You people can't hold on to stuff forever. Other than that, he held on to that, man. This brother never be speaking again. But you know what I'm saying? But we still cool because he came to me directly. We sat down and we talked like men. And that's what gotta happen in our community. Women gotta talk to, you know what I mean? However, we gotta squash this stuff even right when it happened, so it won't go and linger. Some of this stuff ain't even worth lingering. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I'm just saying I always respect that brother. You know what I'm saying? Because of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I live my life. That's a fair amount of example of how it should be.
Yeah.
But you see, that's just one incident. If that would be on the back, it would on more large scale, we would be better off in people.
Yeah.
But the separation factor is so well built into us that we don't really come close to that. Yeah. So much so that families do exactly the same thing that you just explained.
Right. Right.
That was very righteous, y'all coming together and sitting down as brothers and working out that.
I mean, because I got plenty of people, bro, who had those feelings that never came to me. They just separated, they just moved forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And never even tried to correct what was going on. You feel what I'm saying? Like so many people who didn't handle it like this brother did. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying that's the way he was taught, and that's the way, you know what I mean? And that's the way things should be handled. You know what I mean?
That is the way, yeah.
Criticism,
you know what's also interesting? We've never told people even what the disagreement was.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. We didn't even tell nobody else. We wrote
Y'all completely moved on.
Right.
The first thing we did was we wrote the letter. We didn't tell no other organization. We spread nothing around. We had the conversation first with them so that we could get that feedback. If the feedback was crazy, we would have been like, well, this is what the brother said. But we had a real conversation, right? And the issue itself is, you know what I mean?
For me, that's my life. That's how I live my life. I have it the same way. I don't argue with people or something. You do something to me, it's not to have a conversation about it. If you're willing to talk, let's talk. We're men. Put that out there first. You know, let's not see how they mold us to be going out and slavery. It really came through our ancestors to us. You know, our grandparents, way back then, they did certain things that we do today that we, you know, understand why we're doing that in that kind of road.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That was beautiful.
Definitely.
So unless we deal with that, that's what I do. I do the same. I've been all the organizations talking about putting it together.
Yeah. Definitely.
I do that. I don't talk about the situation. I do it. I don't need anybody to tell me we get those brothers together. I talk to them.
Well, y'all see Baba that's sitting there. This Baba is 87 years old, and you know, I mean, he comes to this shop conscious heads. He is the grandfather of this shop. You know what I'm saying? He comes through, you know what I mean, and give us the energy. But we really appreciate what he bring here because he constantly teaching us.
Grandpa.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? We call him Baba. You know what I mean? You know, and he's been there. I've known this brother for over 20 years. So, you know. You know.
Baba's stupid.
Yeah, man. So and I gotta tell a story that I tell you all the time because they don't know what it is. But you know, there was one time I was locked out my house and I called Baba because he was the person that you call, and Baba came. He brought a ladder so I can go because the window was open upstairs. So when I go to approach the ladder, I went to the ladder and I was like, Baba was like, yeah, go ahead, man, go on up there. And I was like, well, Bob, I don't think that ladder's sturdy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know, it's still shaking. He's like, he went touched it. He's like, man, ain't nothing wrong with that ladder. Just go ahead, climb the ladder. I touched it. I started climbing. Yeah, Bob, I ain't real. I don't know. Man, get out the way, man. Baba climbed up the ladder, jumped on the roof, and jumped through the window.
Wow.
Jumped. I was scared, man. I was petrified. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Clown, for the record, this young brother allowed this older man to put himself in danger.
I did.
I
feel bad. You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
Experience.
Had the experience. He put you in danger, though.
I don't want to ask about the experience, Baba. You know what I'm saying? Because you look like you really knew what you was doing. You know what I mean? Let me see.
Getting up in the window.
Yeah. But nah, it's stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That he's done through the years. You know what I'm saying?
Don't go away angry, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's how we. That's how we do here. You know what I'm saying?
The scriptures teach the children of Israel not to hold grudges against each other, and we do that all the time, and that's a part of
Did you check out
breaking.
views on
That's a part of
did a
breaking
show
the
last night?
commandments and why we in this predicament. Let them grudges go.
To Hawker Bay.
Oh no.
We did it on economics.
Uh huh.
Of course, you know I gave you know what I mean some love about the jerk.
Okay. Okay.
He'll probably talk about it tomorrow on the morning show or something.
All right.
I'm sure. I don't know if he, you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure.
Did y'all post it on? Is it on Facebook?
Oh yeah, it's on there. Go to my page and you'll see a link.
Back, Baba. Back. Boy, I saw a little bit of your thing last night. I tuned in right when you was finishing up with your football analogy.
Oh yeah, that was like at the end.
And then I watched the end of it from there. No, he wasn't talking about foot. He was talking to Brother Bade last night, and I caught the tail end of it. They was on a live last night. Yeah, he used the football analogy when talking about black people.
Oh no. What you think about that, bro? Namdi? The game. What you think about the game?
Such a letdown.
Listen, Ravens fishing with my Giants right now. That's where they at.
I forgot you were Giants.
I'm a Giants fan. We all fishing. We got a seat waiting for y'all. Come on.
It sucked.
It
really sucked, Namdi. It really sucked.
I do, but you know what? I do like the boy Lamar, man. I'm sad to see that.
Yeah, me too.
Because people got things to say about him. That dude, if he wanted to open up that can, he could have.
Yeah.
I felt like he held himself back when I watched. I'm like,
he did. Why he ain't running? No, but people
I think the white folks talking about him not being able to throw.
They held him back. You know, in that game, but they said all them people was in on that thing. You know what I mean? They wouldn't let him release. You know what I mean?
Real hesitant, man.
Well, and he probably was like, why they calling these plays? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the heck? You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes they don't have no say so in a lot of that stuff. You know what I mean?
You better get to the damn Super Bowl. Dude.
Yeah.
It could very well be fixed, Bob. I just don't.
Yeah,
I just can't prove it, so I don't argue.
I mean, listen, that game plan sucked.
That game plan was very.
Dude, you got.
Yeah, I know Marshawn, and they ain't giving the ball in the Super Bowl.
Run the ball 6 times.
I remember that, Bob.
That's why people looking at it suspect. You know what I'm saying? They gave him the wrong. You know what I mean? They gave him a bad game plan.
He said he could
game
run with
plan
a
that they couldn't win. You know what I mean?
He was a good runner.
The man said that man ain't Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like
all of a sudden they don't want to give him the ball now. Yeah, it was crazy.
All of a sudden he Tom Brady.
Listen, I don't know if the coach made him do that or if Lamar is really starting to.
That's why people saying it's suspect with the game plan, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they gave him a bad game plan.
I think the game plan was bad, and I think sometimes Lamar got in his head that he wants to prove something.
I mean,
just beat him, just win. What? That's how you shut people
it don't
up.
matter passing or running, just win.
Just win. I think it looked like they was in his head.
I think so. That's what I'm saying. I think
man, it's so many times he should.
I think he was trying to. Don't you feel like he was trying to outpass Pat Mahomes?
Yeah, the truth is, he threw for more yards. You know that.
Yeah, I did.
He did.
Yeah,
but so what?
So what? You had 3 turnovers.
You know what I'm saying, dude? If he ran that ball a couple of times and loosened them up, I bet you all them passes would have been real nice after that because they would have had to respect that.
Yeah.
The dude he was hesitant, man. I ain't like it.
I ain't like it at all.
He ain't worrying about no paycheck.
He paid. He got paid.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he good. No meals.
They
he
said
good
he
financially. That's one thing.
Yeah, he ain't gonna miss no more meals.
He good with that.
That man might have lost. That man might have lost and went on a shopping spree right after.
Yeah, man. He bought a whole boat for everybody to go fishing on that.
Oh, why you got me?
I gotta be sitting on there.
You gotta get some enjoyment out of making fun of us. You want the Giants to get rid of Daniel Jones? You want them to get rid of him?
Once you see me get loud about Saquon, what they was doing to that bro?
Yeah. I couldn't believe they paid Daniel Jones before they paid him.
Yeah, but the truth going what we know they paid him, right?
Yeah,
and he
right.
didn't give him nothing.
He didn't give him nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Good, brother. Thank you.
All right, bro. Take it easy, man.
All right, now be safe out there, homie.
All right.
All right, be safe.
Take it easy, bro. Always good.
Always. He always say something good.
Always. Nah, Brother Asar, yeah, he be down. I'm sure he be down here.
Asar was in your comment section.
Yeah, I know. I seen him in there. I seen him in there. Let me close this thing out. Yeah. So we're gonna get somebody to control this this comment section right here. And
what do you know?
We're gonna get somebody to control this.
Let us make man.
Coming up.
Get out here.
Yeah, Bobby. They jumped on you, Bobby.
Family. Yeah, we're gonna shut it down. We see y'all next Thursday. We back here. You never know what's gonna go down. You never know who coming through.
I ain't gonna sit here and let you get jumped.
Yeah, but you can't disprove.
Okay, don't start it back up, Kenny, because we can say no. Let me start. But we be back with y'all next week. All right, peace.
Y'all tried to jump my man Bobby. Thought I was gonna sit here and let y'all jump my man Bobby.
Yo, come on, don't do that.
It's about commitment, healing, honor, respect. This is Barber Life. Cutting hair, I like it. Barbershop, I like it. Change your life, I like it. Conversate, I like it.
You gonna never let that one down. You should.